Hi everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. Hoping you're enjoying your day off. Hope you had a great week. This week's video is dedicated as a refuah shlema for Yitzchak Isaac ben Chaya Esther and also for Shlomo ben Sarah Liza. In this week's Parshas Korach, the Torah tells us that Korach argued and stood up, rebelled against Moses, a great leader. And Moses says to him that bezos tedun, with this you shall know, ki Hashem shlachani, to Hashem sent me, lasas is kol ha'ma'aseh ha'ela, to do all these things, ki lo mi, because I did not invent them on my own. So the question is, it seems that Moshe is making a redundant statement. If Hashem sent him to do all these things, so why does he need to follow that up by saying, ki lo mi, that I did not make them up from my own heart, I did not invent them? So to answer this question, we have to know two of the 13 principles of faith. There are 13 principles of faith that Maimonides shares with us. And the seventh one is that Moses was the father of all prophets. Nobody was greater than him. Nobody ever will be greater than him. And the eighth principle of faith is that the entire Torah that we have today is the exact same Torah that was given to Moses at Mount Sinai. And they were actually coming to challenge these two statements. First of all, they said to Moses, Rav Lachem, you have too much for you, meaning you did it all yourself. Hashem didn't appoint you, you guys did it on your own. And so therefore, they were challenging the seventh one that Hashem said, no, Moses is the father of all the prophets. And the second one that they challenged is the eighth one, that the entire Torah was given to Moses because, as the Talmud Yerushalmi, in Parak Chelik, which talks about who has a share in the world to come, who does not, the Korach actually made this statement, Ein Torah min Hashmayim, the entire Torah is not from heaven, made up by Moses. And so therefore, they were actually challenging these two things. And that's actually what Moses is responding to. That the first one, you should just know that Hashem sent me, meaning Hashem sent me, and also I did not invent them. I did not invent it. It actually was given to me on Mount Sinai. And so therefore, Moses is actually refuting their two remarks against, their two problems that they had against, their complaints that they had against Moses. And as a matter of fact, the Talmud also tells us that from their graves comes their voices that are always proclaiming, Moshe emes v'torasa emes, Moshe is true and his Torah is true, and that is what they're proclaiming forever and ever, meaning they're trying to still recant on their original words by claiming that Moses is true and his Torah is true. Now we have to know this is a lesson for us. There's many times that people think, the rabbi is just saying things to get me angry and making things up, and the Torah is not true. We have an agenda. Nobody has an agenda. We have one agenda, the word of Hashem. If we say something, or if a rabbi says something, it's not because anybody is trying to get you to do something or have you do something. Anything that's told to you is simply to teach and to allow a person to become involved with the Torah that Hashem wants him to have. I don't mean me. I mean, anytime you hear rebuke or instructions, because people always have their best interest at hand. Nobody's telling people to do things from their own. Ki lo mi libi. It's not no rabbi has ever invented anything, but rather it's simply stating over the will of Hashem. And so therefore, we should approach it like that. We'll know that it's for our benefit and it'll be a blessing for us. Have an amazing, amazing Shabbos. Thank you for listening.